Good afternoon, and it is afternoon by 17 minutes. Time to recap our trading for July the 3rd and take a look at Wednesday's trading. Believe me, we will be updating it very early Wednesday morning, but we'll make our best stab at it. We'll start with our disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. A mouthful, as usual. We came into the E-mini today. We thought it was going to trade higher. Our bias was to the long side, and it produced a couple of small trades, good for 4 points. And the market did trade higher. We had our retest failure up here. Then the market dies, and then into the close. Finally, remember, what do we say? How many S's or B's are we really interested in? 1, 2, 3. Oh, great, Charlie. There's 1, 2, 3 right there. But what's missing right here on this B is this in this congestion area is your trigger. And what's not missing there on that S in this congestion area is your trigger. So that gives you a positive, which was a good trade. This trade right here, short to retest that low at 28 even. And the high was 31, so you just stopped out on that. So the gains of this trade were negated or erased by that one. So we ended up the day with about plus 4 points on the E-mini, and given the volatility we had to work with early, that's not so bad. Higher low, higher high, we can find a place to buy it. Our sell was 34 to 36. I think our high was 36.50. We'll see on the F2 screen. But isn't it nice to know that this stuff works holidays, pre-holidays, post-holidays, during the week? I mean, you're really working with a very, very powerful template. Our sell was 34 to 36. The spill was from 31. And here we are at 23.75. So 29.31 sell 1, 34.36 sell 2. On the buy side, we'll make 19 to 21 buy 1. All subject to change come Wednesday morning, 15 to 17 buy 2. We have factory orders minus 0.6%. That's the news on Wednesday. Then we have a lot of news on Thursday and Friday with Friday's non-farm payroll number, where I think they're looking for a plus 180, which is kind of the default number. The E-mini, we had a 34.36 sell, and we had a 24.26 buy. That was the high, and that was the low, although it would not be a trade that we would take. So we did really well in the E-mini, even though we didn't have a lot of volatility to work with. Looking at the note, the bond, they continue to sell. The economic news was not good for gold nor treasuries this morning. Showing signs of economic strength, and the market sold. We broke the Globex low at 9.5. Last rotate up is 5.5. So maybe a little weakness in the mini. 7 to 11 sell 1. Pick up this area here, pick up that D right there. Got this low volume area right there. Those are 3 data points. We like 3 to 5. And then the second would be 15 to 19 for sell 2. On the buy side, 29 to 01, a little bit lower. And then 21 to 25 for buy 2. Put an article up there about polar melting. Remember, we're supposed to be ice-free in the Arctic. They haven't even been able to start their research projects in the Arctic because there's too darn much ice. And the Russian Science Institute has said we're entering a 30 to 50 year period of cooling. And a couple of American astrophysicists have said the same thing. So my guess is I will go with the Russians and those astrophysicists over global warming. Although I really am a proponent, I like global warming. It's not a bad thing. More food to eat, more people prosper, less disease. So that's why I'm for it. Okay, last rotate was 4. We got this Globex low there, so number 1 is 4 to 8, sell 11 to 15, 19 to 23. On the buy side, 24 to 28, number 1. Buy 17 to 21. Let them get beneath that low right there, and then buy 5 to 9. I know Reg is for global warming. It's just really hard. If you want to know what causes global warming, look up in the sky. It's the sun. Even before there were SUVs and people and factories and plants that spewed CO2 into the atmosphere, we had warm spells and cold spells. So who caused that? That's one thing that they cannot explain away. Okay, looking at gold, lower high, lower low. We're headed for stops below 1200 right now, and wasn't that long ago that we were there. So got our move out of the middle in J. We'll put K in, and we're headed lower. So find a place to sell it based on F1. F2. Definitely a B. Last rotate stopped at 22, and we're at 19, so 23, 25, sell 1. Leaning against that market number at 25, 28 to 30, sell 2. And then a little bit lower, 15 to 17, buy 1. 9 to 11, pick up that low volume number, buy 2. Stops below 10. There's a bunch of new little varmints in the neighborhood, and they're 4 to like 8 years old, and they're really getting into fireworks. Most Henry doesn't care for it, but the little one's really squeals of delight, which is fun to watch. It's the energy that you have in small kids like that is really, you can't miss it. Higher low, higher high in crude. Find a place to buy it. We like the long side. Like the long side coming in today, and it worked out pretty well for us. So everything, we'll just go ahead and do it this way. And that's the distribution. So 46.75 to 47, sell 1. 25 to 50, sell 2. Got this big low volume area up here that's slowing the market down. On the buy side, 46 1/4, 46.50, buy 1. 45, 75, 46 by 2. And the euro. Germany's economic numbers were good in last night's reports. Europe will trade. So 115 looks like a pretty stout barrier. F1 screen lower high, lower low. And it is that simple. It takes a lot to give you a lower high and a lower low. It takes selling. So we're just going with the obvious. It didn't have much range today. It is leaning B, but not overwhelmingly so. So we had 114 even as a potential buy. So stops below 114. So 1390, 114 by 1. 1375 by 2. 15 to 25 sell 1. 40 to 50 sell 2. Henry doesn't know this, but he's getting a bath this afternoon. Although he's pretty good about it. He doesn't fight it like Myrtle did. And Myrtle loved the water a lot more than Henry does. Henry's just kind of resigned to the fact that he's going to get a bath and there's not a lot he can do about it, so he just sits there and takes it. Y'all have a glorious 4th of July. Remember what it's all about. Remember all your blessings that come from being a part of the United States and American. And I'll see you bright and early Monday morning. I'm out of here.